Everyone, welcome back. It is time to do our September budget. This is what I have come up with for our September budget kit. Here are the sinking funds, the debt snowball, the transaction log, variable income, the weekly checkup page, and then we have a sorted washi A, a sorted washi B, and a sorted washi C. So today we're going to use the September budget, transaction log, and the variable income. And then I will need to use some extra washi, I do believe. Maybe not today, we'll see. All right, so here is September. I have not figured out how to use these yet, but this is where I like to start. We have definitely had some changes to our budget, which I think I'm just gonna stick with. I like this blue pen a lot, so I think I'm just gonna stick with it. This is the Friction, hello, where am I at? Friction clicker, 0.07 erasable. I just like a clicky pen, and I just like it to be erasable for budgeting purposes. It just works out really well. All right, I'll start with the big washi always. So we definitely have had some changes to our budget in September. Actually, probably the changes will hit in October, but we've done some of the changes, but like happens to many people, our escrow account wasn't exact, and so we need to, our escrow account ended up being a little bit short, so we need to make up that difference for the taxes, and then we also need to, our house payment will be bigger going forward so that we don't have that deficit again the next time taxes are due. So, but that I believe is gonna hit in the beginning of October. But we kind of need to be thinking about that as it comes up, obviously. What else has changed? We definitely have some different expenditures happening. We kind of have a big doctor bill this month. Julia, our daughter, actually has been seeing an eye specialist ever since she got an eye exam at school. They found like a bulge on her retina, which was, you know, real scary to begin with, but so happy that the school caught it. It was, you know, very amazing actually. And so now the specialist has been taking like actually photos of her retina and checking them every 3 months. And so obviously there is an expense that comes with those photos and all of that. So the good news is she checks out completely fine. We do not have to go back again for a year now. It was every 3 months, and now we get to move to a year. So that'll be good. And the reason why that bill is so high this time, which we have a high deductible insurance plan along with an HSA, and our HSA money never makes it to the end of the year. I mean, it doesn't even make it half the year. So that's where we're at now. Like anything that we do, we have zero money in that HSA account except for the money that we personally put into it. So that's just where we're at now, which is why that doctor bill is going to be so high. All right. Let's see where we are at. So we have Jason's income. And he does, I like to put an extra category for him because, and he does actually have a couple of weddings happening in September here towards the end. So I like to put that in there, and then we can keep track of that. So our first expense is always our tithe. And of course, it changed, so I need to do the math again. Okay, so we are planning on $542 for that. Then we have our investment, which this one's probably going to be changing too, which that comes out the second paycheck, and that is always $150. We have our auto transfer. This one's actually going to be changing as well. That happens the second paycheck. We would like, this is the money that we use to save for whatever next car we buy because we pay in cash. And so we would like to get that to $500 a month because really when you think about paying cash for a car, $500 over the course of say like 5 years, that's about how much you need to get anything, you know, no, that's not true. You can get decent cars for like, you know, $5,000, but we try to buy our cars, you know, and make them last a super long time. So we're not continually rotating cars, which you can completely do. We just like to keep them longer and save up and buy like a, you know, $15,000, $18,000, $20,000 car. That makes sense. Okay, our mortgage is the very first of the paycheck, and this absolutely is going to be changing, but not until October. I think it goes up by $100 or something like that. Our phones, we are actually out of our contract now, paid off our phones, but we are continuing to put this amount that we are used to. We are continuing to put that in here because we're trying to save up cash. You know, we're trying to make our phones last until we absolutely just can't anymore and save up cash for the next one. So like right now we have, like after this goes in there, we will have $254.24. So it's about, we were paying about $65 a month for both Jason and I's phones. Which is still not bad, but we would just kind of like to own our phones outright versus, you know, paying Verizon every single month. Spectrum is our internet and cable. That comes out the second paycheck, and this is going to be changing at some point. It's coming up soon, I know, because we were on the introductory rate for the first year. That's going to be coming up soon. I just don't know when. So unless they change the bill on me in September yet, it's probably going to be October or November. I just cannot. I could probably look back. I just haven't. I just can't remember when we switched over last year. Consumers is our electricity, which this one did happen to post before I set up the budget, so this is the accurate number, which is down a little bit from last month, but still, hopefully that's the last summer electricity bill, and then hopefully next month's will be drastically different, just because it's, like today is 53 and rainy here in Michigan, so our air conditioner is not coming on like at all. DTE is our natural gas, and so this is what starts to go up, which I try to make it into November before we turn the heat on. It's kind of a game I like to play that nobody else in my family likes. I just like to see how long we can go without turning the heat on in the house, but whatever. I just say, get a sweatshirt, kids. Okay, so our car gas, we're still not using all of our gas budget, but I have kept in our normal amount, $450, hoping to build up a little bit in that fund so when stuff comes up, then we, you know, if we want to go, I don't know, like we like to do like a fall color tour and stuff, I don't have to worry about having extra gas money. So I like to have a little buffer in there. Food, $600. Even buying that cow, because I'm trying to work on my 6-month food storage, I cannot do our groceries for less than $600. It just, in order to do that, then I have to have at least $600. So, but that's okay because my food storage is starting to get pretty good. It's starting to get, I would say I probably have like 3 months in there right now, and the goal is 6 months. So it's coming along, and I actually will have a video about that coming up soon. Give a little update on that. Miscellaneous fund, I put a little bit extra in here just because we have Jericho and Julia are doing flag football, and so there's like some miscellaneous stuff with that. Journey is starting volleyball, and actually I did it more for like school supplies because we went through our entire school supply budget, which for those of you that don't homeschool, you only do it because you really believe in homeschooling, because it is definitely, you don't get any help from the school financially. You know, you're still paying your taxes to the public school system, which is fine. That's completely fine. But I probably have, I haven't added it up, but I probably have spent $700 or $800 on school curriculum now. So definitely not cheap. That's not why people do it, for sure. All right. Actually, that's a sinking fund. So that medical bill that I was talking about goes in our doctor sinking fund, which will be in my sinking funds video. And then also piano lessons was quite a bit more this month because there were 5 lessons. This is also a cash budget. So I like to put a little cash symbol by that. It just kind of reminds me that I need to go to the ATM. And then also actually I can put one by food, because whatever is left after I do my month-long grocery shopping, I take the rest out in cash, and then that's what I use for the rest of the month. So there was 5 lessons this month, and he got new books, and so it ended up being $120 when normally it's like $60. So, but he had new books in there and stuff too. Let's see, we have Netflix, which happens on the second paycheck, always $15.99. We have our Compassion Child, which we just got a little update on her, and she's just so stinking cute. And it's actually time to send her like a Christmas letter and stuff. Okay, that happens the 2nd of the month, and that is always $38. And then we have my subscription to do my graphics for my stickers. That happens the 2nd. And that is $9.99. All right, then all of the rest are sinking funds. So that is our entire budget for September. Then I like to, this is gonna be my weekly check-in page, and that's where I check in kind of on our other bank account. I just keep tabs on some of the variable income that I have and such. And then this is actually where I like to put my variable income. There. I have not shopped in a very long time, and probably won't for a very long time, simply because I'm homeschooling. But I have Plexus, I have Etsy, and I do like to leave one extra just in case, you know, you get like a, I don't know, like a refund, like we're getting a refund with our car insurance, because hallelujah, no fault is changed in Michigan, so we opted out of that because our health insurance already pays for our auto crashes if that were to happen. Now I'm gonna start my transaction log right here. So we will actually be getting a refund. So sometimes if it just doesn't go back into a fund, I like to have an extra, like, well, this one wants to be stinky. Okay, there we go. Still didn't do it right, but I'm not peeling it back up again. All right, now this is where that goes. All right, so I like to use a strip at the bottom here. And I do need more room than, oh, I am being a terrible washi layer downer today. I do like to have another strip up there. So that's where I come in and use, I think I like to use this one so it matches, you know, that category. I do like to just have it match. And then I draw the same lines over here, and that way I can tell like what category it is or whatever, and I'll just use this one left over from that. Okay. Now I can draw my lines. I'm actually getting a little bit late start this month. August was insane, and then this very beginning of September has been very crazy. So I'm actually a day or two behind getting this done, which it's not really good to do that, because then you are like, you know, I'm kind of clueless right now. Like, we've already spent money for the month, and I'm just sort of clueless because I don't know where anything's at. So I will have to get that all reconciled. Okay, here's where I have to use my left hand. All right, so I'm just gonna make the categories, the columns match the columns over there, even though I don't have, you know, that strip that tells me what it is. It works just fine this way, which I don't need to use that anymore. Oops. All right, and then there is that page all set up. Then I will have to do my two different sinking funds. I'm using 2 pages for the two set, like this is one bank account and this is the other bank account, and it's working out very well. So that is it for this September budget setup video. I hope you enjoyed it, and we'll see you in the next one. Bye.